Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What you're about to witness is going to be an actual phone call that I'm making towards Columbia County Sheriff's Office. This will be to the DA that has falsified charges against me.
Thank you for calling the Columbia County District Attorney's Office. Dial 1 if you know you're a party's extension. If you are a victim of a crime, press 2. If you are calling on child support, press 5. If you are calling on having your record expunged, press 9. If you are calling to report a new crime, please hang up and dial the law enforcement agency in your area. If you are a defendant and have a... One moment, please.
You have reached the District Attorney's Victims Assistance Program. Please leave your name, telephone number, and a brief message. An advocate will return your call as soon as possible.
My name is Randall David Bristow. I'm a victim of your District Attorney, Jeff. He has falsified charges against me. I am a podcaster, just to identify myself properly. I'm a podcaster named James Bristow with News and Talk. This is a live interview to speak with you directly. This is my podcast phone number. You have listeners, people here demanding questions. We have information into the charges against me that are falsified and fraud, and about your star witnesses that have criminal backgrounds themselves of forgery and fraud. We're demanding that a warrant be issued for your district attorney, Jeff, and that a warrant be issued for Jeremy Lee Bronze off of Sam Blam Road, that he be arrested for forgery in the first degree. We have evidence and documentations to prove that they falsified charges in the attempt to send an innocent man to prison. Now, I am a well-respected podcaster. I've been accused by your DA and by your law enforcement of committing crimes I never committed. I had permission from a judge to protect my dad on private property that has signs that clearly states no trespassing. These are violations. We also
Thank you. To review this message, press 6. To discard your message and re-record it, press 4. To send your message, press 5. For urgent delivery, press 7. To leave a number where you can be reached, press 8. Enter the callback telephone number, followed by the # key. The number you entered was 72077789296. If this is correct, press 1. Otherwise, press 9. To review this message, press 6. To discard your message and re-record it, press 4. To send your message, press 5. Message priority is urgent. To review this message,
So as you can see, people, getting a hold of these people are like teeth, but we're going to call them again to demand answers.
Thank you for calling the Columbia County District Attorney's Office. Jeff Oxier's assistant, 7203. John Berg, 7220. Nick Brysich, 7258. Carlene Crosby, 8406. Linda Gaskell, 8404. Dawn Hunt, 7203. Denise Keppinger, 7267, Jean Martwick, 7204, Brandon Riffle, 7205, Kim Silverman, 7206, Heather Vierick, 8535,
Invalid entry.
Jeff Oxier's assistant, 7203, John Berg.
1 moment, please.
You have reached the voicemail for Don Hunt, Office Manager and Legal Assistant to District Attorney Jeff Oxier. Please leave your name, phone number, and a brief message, and I'll return your call.
So let's try another call. Columbia County Sheriff's Office, Oregon, phone number.
Columbia County Sheriff, here you go.
Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you have questions or concerns about an incident that has already been reported to law enforcement, please dial 4698. You will be transferred to our citizens callback line.
Let's try this number.
You have reached the Columbia Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you have questions or concerns about an incident that has already been reported to law enforcement, please dial 4698 and you will be transferred to our citizens callback line. If you wish to report a new crime that is not an emergency or to reach an on-duty deputy, you may reach dispatch by pressing 1. To reach the reception area during business hours, you may press 0 at any time during this message. We are located at 901 Port Avenue, St. Helens, Oregon. Our normal business hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m., except we are closed during the lunch hour. The front office is also closed on all major holidays and Saturdays and Sundays.
1 moment, please.
Columbia County Sheriff's Office, this is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. My name is Randall Bristow. I am a podcaster for News and Talk. I'm also a victim of Columbia County. I was supposed to I am live right now on studio. I was supposed to talk to Sergeant William Hawes, the arresting officer. At this time, we're requesting to speak with the sheriff. Is it possible if I can leave him a message?
You certainly can. I can send him a message.
I would
Will that work for you?
Yes, it will. Thank you.
Certainly. What is the best way for him to get a hold of you?
971-255-3163.
Okay, and this is Randall Bristow, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, will he know what this is regarding?
So, what I'm regarding is, so I have new evidence to submit to the sheriff that my dad's been in contact with him. We've been in contact with many people, including the governor's office. We have evidence to prove that the charges against me are fraud, and that one of his officers, which is a sergeant, I'm not able to get a hold of him or anybody else that supervises him, has fraudulent charges against me and has falsified a document. The original person that charged me, Jeremy Lee Bronze, we the people did a background check through CopWatch on all the officers and found out that Braun has forgery charges on his background, and he should not be working an officer out of Washington. We also believe that Haas has a similar background in forgery. He was accused back in 2011 of a forgery case. It was dropped into a lawsuit against him, and he paid $22,000 back to the victim. I believe this is a similar case. We did research on, we're trying to let him know we did research on the laws. I was doing security work without a badge. According to Oregon state law, on private property, if a citizen owns his property and it is deemed with signs to be private property and no trespassing, that citizen, he or she or whoever, has the right to wear a security badge to protect his property from any destruction of property, violence, or threat of property, or threat of being hurt. Our safety at the point was in danger. What we're asking is that Haas be placed under citizen's arrest for falsifying a document, which now makes this a federal case. Underneath the War Act and underneath the National Emergency, it gives authority for his higher-ups to place him under arrest in connection with falsifying documents. We also have proof on a document that was signed that there was forgery committed by law enforcement using a forgery technician and tampering with camera evidence. We're also wanting Detective Peabody to be placed under arrest and jailed and stripped of his gun and badge due to an internal investigation dating back from 2011. He has a history of violence and being aggressive with people on the streets. Everybody has known him as a bully. There are reports that you can look up that are filed against him. We're just trying to bring this to the attention of the new sheriff. We're friends of former Sheriff Dickerson, which I have been in contact with, and Dickerson has records and confirmed that Peabody has been suspended on multiple occasions for lying on oaths, lying on stands, misuse of evidence. And we're requesting, and so is the former sheriff, is requesting that these officers be held accountable. Because right now there's a $46 million lawsuit pending against Columbia County Sheriff's Office. And the Judge Grove is going to be signing it today if we don't get cooperation. There's also a cease and assist letter in place against the Sheriff's Department to drop all charges against me and to quit misusing technology and property for the personal gain of corruption, as in to stop illegal wiretapping without a federal warrant, and to stop abuse of a GPS tracker that they planted on my dad's truck to monitor his location. That all falls underneath the Geneva Act. So we're wanting the sheriff to take action on this case. I'm hoping he does, because I hear he's a pretty good new sheriff. We have no disrespect for sheriff's department or police departments. We're simply holding our law enforcement accountable. And these charges they have against me are falsified and against the law. You guys have been under investigation since 2011 for similar cases. All we're asking is for our law enforcement to get rid of the corrupted and become great again, because with stuff going on now, we're going to need law enforcement to stand up. But if you can relay this to the sheriff, there is a cease and desist order that was sent to you guys that gives you 24 hours